Well, I think it was a very good game for us in a number of ways. We got some new people on the track. They got an experience to understand what it's like to be an All Black. We got Rich and Dan back on the track, so they had some time. And we had a group of guys who, ranging from about 4 to 30 tests, who had an experience where they had to lead the week and had to take themselves mentally to get up for an opposition that, we knew with the greatest respect that we'd win the game. So some great lessons there, because some did and some didn't manage to do that. So and some of those guys are the future of our team.
I thought it was very good. I mean, it was my first test, and they came out firing, really physical and really excited to play.
It was always going to be one of those games where it was going to be easy to get frustrated or try things a little bit much and make mistakes, and I think we did that at times. We did score some good tries and stuff, but one thing that really disappointed me was our discipline. We gave a lot of penalties, and that takes momentum away from you. So it was a bit frustrating, but I guess just from a personal point of view, to get through 80 minutes, pretty happy with that. And I think a few guys, were just, they would have learnt a lot out of getting through 80 minutes or, some game time. And so, yeah, from that point of view, it was good.
In the end, I think under the circumstances, I thought, we scored some great tries when we stuck to the systems that we wanted to play. We got caught occasionally trying to play their game, which they play a lot better than we do. The helter-skelter game, and I thought Japan should be credited with participating in a game in a big way. They never gave up. They were looking to score points whenever they possibly could. They wanted to play at a pace that really only they can play at. It's their style, and they did that really well.
This week was a challenge in terms of, as Steve said, in a game you're expected to win, to get performance spot on. That's a different challenge to a game that we've got next week, and there's some guys already there that'll be, I'm sure most of them will be involved next week. They'll be already keyed into that one, and personally I know, and I know the boys have been around a while, that next week's going to be a hell of a match, so it won't take much to turn the screws a bit on that. But I think the big thing is exciting. I think all the boys are excited about what lies ahead. You do it one at a time, but it's a big challenge over the next 3 weeks that we're pretty excited about.
When you think about the fact that we've got a young group out there doing what they did, even in the 81st minute, they're trying to stop people from scoring tries, and one of the things that maybe we don't all know is that Japan haven't not scored a try in 52. They've scored 52 games in a row a try. So it's a pretty. I think that's second in the world. So amazing effort, really, and so that's showing the attitude and everything was right. We just got to grow those young men and get them better at preparing and better at performing in the game. And having said that, we scored 8 tries, so can't grumble too much.
And the guys that have come over, how long have they been here and how are they sort of adjusting?
Well, they got in yesterday, I think it was.
Last night?
Yep. A bit slow myself, actually. No, they got in yesterday, a bit of a hold-up for a little bit in LA, but nothing too dramatic there. And Julian's pulled up with a little bit of the flu, but the rest of them are all in great shape. So just had a quick meeting and welcomed them back in, and it's business as usual tomorrow.
What sort of a mental shift does there need to be from Tokyo to Paris?
Well, I don't think it'll take too much of a mental shift. I think everyone is well aware of what's coming, and the group's pretty excited about that. I think there's 3 opponents left in the season, and all 3 of them bring different challenges.
Steve, last week you were saying that it was some of the lesser guys who were sort of leading the week. Do you sense that Richie's maybe a little bit more keen to get his hands back on the wheel for one of these big...
Oh, he led the week last week. I mean, he was the leading star when it came to the leadership, so him and DC as the older guys. But there's a whole lot of jobs happen within the team that are led by various players, and obviously he doesn't do all those jobs. So there was a lot of opportunities for younger guys to get their hands on the steering wheel for a bit, and they'll revert that back now to the other guys. But the young guys will have an appreciation of what the other guys are going through, and hopefully don't step back and just leave it all up to them.
This is their house, and they're playing in front of their fans and their family. So just like us when we play at home, we live for our fans and our family. So we know it's going to be a tough challenge coming into their house. They're a very dangerous side, and then I think they know what they're doing. And like I said, it's going to be a tough challenge for us. And already the intensity's lifted already this week, even though we're just our first day here. So everyone's sort of on edge already. So.
Well, I think we saw in June how tough All Black France Test matches are, and like Liam alluded to, is that when you come to France, they just seem to go up a couple of cogs from that. So. I think you just got two nations that have had a great history against each other. There's a lot of respect for how they play and from us, and so this is a game that it's a bit of a highlight for us.
In recent times, the French haven't scored too many tries against the All Blacks. Is the French flair still there as you go and look through some of the tapes as you're preparing for a test like this?
Yeah, look, it's probably a overused word, I think. I think in the past, but there has been a sort of a flair to their game, but there probably hasn't been as much attention to some of the detail of the game. Now what we're seeing is a very disciplined French team that, and again, 3 tests in June showed that set piece, defence, a lot of the core parts of the game, they've got a lot of discipline, and a team that we found hard to break in June, and we were pretty sure that Saturday's going to be no exception.
Yeah, I think it's just important every opportunity you get, you really try and make the most of it. So whether that be in the training paddock or actually out there on the field on the weekend, and obviously you've got things that you want to work on, and strengths and weaknesses, and you're always trying to get better as a player. So you never lack motivation being in the All Blacks. I think you never want to you never want to feel like you're too comfortable, because as you said, there is a lot of strong competition within the squad. But I think the great thing about this team is we always put the team first. There's no individuals out there trying to sort of compete against each other. We just want the team to do well, no matter what that team is that sort of pulls the jersey on in the weekends.
Darren, you said at the start of the year that you wanted to challenge Dan, challenge kind of the accepted order. Do you feel in your own mind like you've done that?
A bit of yes and no. He's had a few injuries throughout the year, and I guess so have I now, which has been quite frustrating personally. But as I said in the previous question, just trying to make the most of every opportunity you get. And I didn't get an opportunity last weekend, but hopefully I do this week. And if I get that, I'm really keen to give it a good crack. And as these boys have said already, we know the French are going to bring it right from the first whistle, so we've got to be prepared to meet fire with fire. Has
it emerged into kind of a tasty little three-way battle with you 310s, and what's that dynamic like? Is it a dynamic that you think is bringing the best out of all of you? Yeah, I think so. You always want to be involved in the playing squad on the weekends, and I think as you said, the three of us like to try and push each other. We definitely help each other as well. We've got a really strong relationship on and off the field. So when you see them doing well, you're really happy for them. But at the same time, you want to make sure that when you're out there, you give it your best shot, and hopefully it's what the coaches are after.
And are you able to elaborate at all about the positions that are giving you those good headaches that you talk about, the good little debates?
Yeah, well, I think everyone knows that if you go through the team, there's good debates in a number of positions. Like we've had the likes of Charlie Falmoina has had a few starts recently and played really, really well, and we've got Owie Franks coming back from a time off. So some of the guys that have had opportunity when other players have been injured have come forward and really staked their claim. Charles Piatel's another one who's really put his hand up on the wing and played really, really well. So that's a good situation for us to be in.